Hello students, today I am going to explain the poem The Night of the Scorpion, which is written by Nissim Ezekiel, who was an Indian Jewish poet, actor, playwright, editor and art critic. He was a foundational figure in post-colonial India's literary history, especially for Indian poetry in English. He was born on 16 December 1924 in Bombay and died on 9 January 2004 in Mumbai. He was recipient of Padma Shri, Sahitya Akademi and many more awards. His notable works are The Night of the Scorpion, Latter-day Saints, etc. Now the explanation of the poem. Here the poet described the incident, how his mother was stung by a scorpion, and then he said about her motherly love. I remember the night my mother was stung by a scorpion. 10 hours of steady rain had driven him to crawl beneath a sack of rice. So he is saying that that the speaker, he remembered the night when mother was stung by a scorpion. The scorpion entered their hut because it was raining outside, and then the scorpion took shelter beneath a sack of rice. Parting with his poison flash of diabolic tail in the dark room, he risked the rain again. Only diabolic tail of the scorpion was seen, and after biting his mother, again the scorpion went outside in the rain. The peasants came like swarms of flies and buzzed the name of God 100 times to paralyze the evil one. Peasants were the neighbors. When they heard this incident, they came like flies and they started praying to God to paralyze or minimize the evil effect of the poison in the speaker's mother's body. With candles and with lanterns throwing giant scorpion shadows on the mud-baked walls, they searched for him. He was not found. As I said, it's the description of the rural India. So the hut was made of mud baked walls, and the neighbors, they came holding candles and lanterns, as there was no electricity that time, and they were searching for the scorpion, but they could not find it. They clicked their tongues. Then they started saying, what did they say? With every movement that the scorpion made, his poison moved in mother's blood, they said. They said that if the scorpion moved, then the poison in mother's blood also would circulate. So this is completely superstition only. May he sit still, they said. So they were praying so that the scorpion would stop its movement. May the sins of your previous birth be burnt away tonight, they said. They were wishing for minimizing the pain of the mother, and they were praying to God, and they were saying that because of her suffering, all her sins of previous birth will be minimized now. May your suffering decrease the misfortune of your next birth, they said. Because of her suffering, her misfortunes in her next birth also would be minimized. These are all superstitions, because nothing is certain. Whether there is birth after death, that is also not certain. May the sum of all evil balance in this unreal world against the sum of good become diminished by your pain. They were wishing for the speaker's mother. So they were trying to minimize her pain, and they were saying the things that was known to them, and because of her suffering they were saying that all her evil, uh, we know that there is a good and bad side in life, and they were saying that because of her suffering all the bad things in her life would be diminished now. May the poison purify your flesh of desire and your spirit of ambition, they said. So they were again wishing for her. They were saying that this suffering would purify her flesh of desire, means her material desires like greed, lust, etc., and also this suffering would purify spirit of ambition. They sat around on the floor with my mother in the center. Mother was in the center, and all the neighbors, they were sitting surrounding the mother of the speaker. The peace of understanding on each face, their face was reflecting a kind of peace, because they were praying to God to minimize her pain. More candles, more lanterns, more neighbors, more insects, and the endless rain. Now the speaker or the poet is describing the situation. It was raining endlessly, and the neighbors, they were coming holding candles and lanterns, and because of the light, more insects were attracted towards their heart. My mother twisted through and through, groaning on a mat. Mother was she was twisting out of pain. My father, skeptic, rationalist, trying every curse and blessings, powder, mixture, herb, and hybrid. Father, who was a rationalist, he was trying to reduce her pain, to minimize the pain of the speaker's mother by using all kinds of possible things like mixture, herb, hybrid. He even poured a little paraffin upon the beaten toe and put a match to it. So paraffin, an inflammable thing, he put on the beaten toe of the mother and lit it to minimize or to remove the pain, suffering. I watched the flame feeding on my mother. I watched the holy man perform his rites to tame the poison with an incantation. He even saw the priest-like person who was trying to minimize the poisonous effect by performing some rites. 20 hours lost its sting. Mother was suffering for 20 hours. After 20 hours, her pain was reduced. She was relieved. My mother only said, "Thank God the scorpion picked on me and spared my children." When mother was able to speak, she said the words which showed her gratitude to God, because this incident happened to her and her children were saved. That's why she was showing she was showing her gratitude to God. Here we can see mother's love for her children. So this is about the poem. I hope you have understood. If there is any doubt, text me. Thank you, students.